uni American Football Day, considering that for the first time in a while, it's a full sweep for the Welsh teams. Cardiff came away with a big shock victory in the Prem. Swansea smashed the Blitz, and Aberystwyth smashed the Worcester Royals, which is why later on the show we'll be joined by Sam Kimber, the President of Aberystwyth. But before we get into breaking down some of these games and talking about these Welsh squads, we've apparently got some apologies to make.
Fucking hell.
So just because we've had a bit of a shocker this week. Not we've in like the collective we've. I'm including all of us here because I've had a shocker, and I'd like to extend an apology to the Warwick Wolves because I was dead certain you were going to lose that game, and the fact that you came away by shutting out Hallam and ruining their 2-year undefeated regular season streak. Yep, okay, Warwick. I apologise. Can't even complain. You have a shocker every week. Well, actually, I don't, Panda H, mate, because I've went through the statistics. I'm currently winning this 45. I've got 45. Jamie's got 40. Dylan's got 36, and SJ's got 35. Dylan and SJ, they sometimes don't pick games, but me and Jamie, I'm currently beating Jamie. Simple as that. And we didn't do week 1.
Oh my God!
Right. Right. I'm telling you, Dylan's haircut. This is not very good on Welsh. This is not very good on Welsh Uniball Day. He's a Welsh man. You ruin it. And yes,
just wait a second. The best bit about that is Kai sent for him, but he's clearly had this comment predetermined and just copy and paste it and not remove the quotes.
It's pretty good. But so let's talk about some of the surprise victories this week. Obviously, Rob Smith is here, so let's start. Let's start with the Prem. Let's start with Cardiff. Cardiff beating. We stop messaging in the private chat. I'm trying to concentrate. We're getting in my way. So Cardiff. Beating the Portsmouth Destroyers 43-26. It's been a long time coming that Cardiff have won a Prem game. But
in my defence, I've got used to just picking against Cardiff. It just comes naturally. So
yeah,
I apologise.
That's it.
Who have they got next?
Someone said to me, if you take SGS and UE out of it, the bottom 3 of the Prem South is a fucking madness at the minute, because obviously Birmingham beat Cardiff beat Portsmouth, but Portsmouth beat Birmingham. So whoever gets someone's going to get, obviously someone's getting sent down, and it's going to be rough for whoever it is, because come away. Normally you get sent down, you don't win a game. Someone who has won a Premiership game is being sent down. Yeah, but personally, I'm surprised, especially with how large the scoreline was. But this is so bad. Dylan wrote this on. God, it's National Welsh Uniball Day. Stop having a go at Dylan. Oh, good Lord above! It's his birthday as well, guys. This isn't very nice. Can you believe this? All this slander on his birthday.
Yeah, I didn't quite expect you to get the treats together for this, Jamie. I made a text earlier to Jamie regarding slander last year over my haircut from the Hull Sharks, and then I was going to come and talk to them all of them after the end.
So fuck it.
Lost 20-0.
Let's stop getting this. Let's just get it out of the way now. In something, I don't know how, but the Hull Sharks beat the Liverpool Raptors 8-6 for the Hull Sharks. No, I'm not having this. Go on, Jamie.
Right, so have you watched the game?
No.
Don't bother. It wasn't an action-packed game, and I've said this to the Sharks lads that I feel like Liverpool did shag themselves in the arse a little bit, getting to the 5-yard line twice and fucking it up twice. But that's just Liverpool being bottle jobs. 2-year undefeated streak, says who? Ultimately, the better team on the day won. And as I said, it would happen. You can't underestimate the mighty Sharks. They're always going to go to the top. And yes, they might be overdoing the celebrations a little bit. Yes, some of their players might be saying that they're GB potential. But however, Sharks are dogs. Liverpool Raptors aren't. And MMU Eagles are absolute rats. I'll come back to them later on, but someone get MMU Eagles committee on here because I want it out of them. And as soon as I find out they're here, I'm going. But get them on here now. Someone send for them.
So exactly. So we're going to stick with the northern one. Manchester beating Leeds. I believe it's Glenn_TS on Instagram. He just called it straight off the bat. He called it on Wednesday. He's like, upset alert. It's going to be top 10 power rankings. Yes, Hull aren't in there. Simple as that. We can get that out of the way now. If there are any Hull Sharks, don't bother clicking on that link because you're not in there. You're not. I'm sorry. You're not. Fuck this. Hull Sharks are getting fucking relegated, whether they beat Liverpool or not. Good on them for getting a win, but you won by fucking 2 points. You won by 2 points. Your team's still getting relegated. You are going to be playing Lincoln next year, or you're going to be playing like Staffordshire. So just fuck off. Like, I'm sick of this. Like, you can have some level of agree. Like, Reading can have beef. Warwick can have beef. Hull Sharks can have no beef. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. Oh, no, I'm sick of it. You are literally one single step above the Coventry Jets. So don't even get to me. Absolutely ridiculous. You should have been fucking relegated last year. Absolutely make me sick. Nah, not having it. Yeah. I was going to get Britball Brucey on. Maybe later. It depends how long the show goes. Nah, fuck off. So yeah, Leeds. I love Leeds. Obviously, everyone knows that. Manchester beat them. I didn't see that coming, but this is very much, sort of what Jamie's been saying. Expect big things out of the Tyrants. Again, should have listened to the Oracle.
On that one, I fucked up big time because after that first game, I said they're mudded. They are definitely not mudded.
To be fair, I have spoken to Bo a little bit. Got some insider information. I asked what happened.
They lost.
Cooper, their quarterback. Well, yeah, they did lose. I did make a comment about that, and she did ignore me, which is a bit uncalled for, considering it's the other way around. She comes from me. But she's their quarterback, who their entire playbook is built around, didn't play. He wasn't there. I don't know why he wasn't there. So that does kind of change them a little bit. And she also called out the refs. I'm saying nothing. We all know my opinions on the referees. But MMU Eagles, rats.
So again, we'll get back into the north when we've circled everything around. Honestly, the view is great from the top of Leeds' massive throbbing cock where I've been sat for the last year and a bit. That's how fucking good it feels. Up the Griffins, always. Don't care. I'm not coming to though. Say that. I'm not coming to stream any of their games. I'm not driving that far, and not to Hull either. But other teams, I expect. As I said, expect some DMs because I want some. So moving a bit further south, Reading, the Knights, and the Knights, they say I undervalue them. It's the Knights. I didn't think that they were going to be doing much this year. Potentially going back down. And they beat the powerhouse of this div.
But come on, as a Shark, come on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't know who Panda H is. I'm going to guess it's a senior. And if it's not a senior, it's a rookie. Someone needs to simmer him down because we did this last year where we beat someone that was shit and got a bit excited and then got tonked about 90 points.
I tell you what. I will do the Portsmouth. I will come and stream a game for the Hull Sharks if you beat Liverpool twice. I will make the journey, and I will apologise to everyone.
Got Raptors again.
What?
Huh?
They haven't got Raptors again.
Well, what's he talking about then?
Well, he's saying do the double over winning against Raptors and Griffins, and I really hate to say it.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll take that. I'll take that bet. I'll make the journey up to Hull.
Every week I'll back the corner, but let's not come out with audacious statements like that. There's a statement where
I'll tell you what. I will dress up in one of those big shark plushies.
And it's like, come on, let's not be fucking daft.
I'll dress up in one of those big shark plushies and come to a Sharks game if they beat the Griffins as well. Like,
when is that game?
I'm a man of my word, so I'll do it. I'll come to the next game after that. Let's get back to it.
Pardon?
Huh?
Super Bowl Sunday is whole Leeds.
Yeah.
That said, if they're beating Leeds, they're probably in the playoffs.
Rumour has it, well, Bruce is not because this is Mrs. Birthday as well.
Okay, so let's move on. So we've got Reading versus Hertfordshire. Reading again being chippy. Again, I personally don't feel too bad about this. It's a complete surprise. I'd say an upset. You know, some of these weren't upsets, just poor picks from us. But that's an upset victory as far as I'm concerned.
That shocked me. I went at the game. I had a couple of guys over there, but I wasn't expecting that. And fair play to Reading. I think everyone's underestimated them in the division.
Yeah.
Rob's probably going to say it's all him that's done this. I'm waiting for him to pop up now. Just say, he's done it all. Rob's done all of this.
And his thing, I thought when Rob retired, we wouldn't have to say Rob Smith again. But no, he pops up still. Awful. Never like seeing the name Rob Smith.
Tell you what, though.
But yeah, it was
that head coach, that new Reading head coach. What a first win that is.
Oh yeah,
that doesn't get any better than that in terms of first wins.
Nah, as you say though, it's like the first game weeks. It feels like a long time into the season. I've just seen Bournemouth start to play. I'm interested to see what they do this year, but
Bournemouth making their debut. I think it was week 2. They were supposed to play the Bath Killer Bees, but the waterlogged pitch issues with the weather sort of put that back on the back burner for them. So they will be, but then we're going to get to believe Bristol. Going to have to give it to Bournemouth. Obviously, the big game there is Exeter versus Bournemouth in a few weeks. So this is the one where I have to apologise because all of these other gentlemen, they picked correctly. Warwick 28, Sheffield Hallam 0. Didn't see that come in at all. Even said it in the rankings that I thought Hallam and NTU historically have been better sides, but with that there's got to be a lesson learned there that Warwick Wolves are for real. But his thing, they've got back-to-back games with NTU. I'm not entirely sure if that is this week. It is. It's back-to-back. So they're playing NTU this week, and then they're playing NTU at Warwick the week after. Hopefully we can get some cameras down there and stream that game because that's pretty good. But that's as far as I'm concerned, that is the test for Warwick. I'm happy to put Warwick into the yes, I will do the truffle shuffle. How about that? If Warwick can beat NTU, then you know what? Then I don't know anything about Midlands 1. I really thought that as far as when it's NTU versus Hallam, obviously that is wrong. You can't shout at a team like that and not get the respect put on your name. Is there any other ones? I guess we can give Jamie his flowers here because he was the only one who managed to pick Greenwich beating UCL. UCL definitely the favourites going into the South East 2.
Are they the ones that were like bigging me up?
That was Reading, I think.
No, it was Greenwich.
No,
it was Greenwich.
They are. Like I picked them because the name's cool. Like it's the South Div 2. No one gives a shit.
I give
Southeast actually. Southeast.
Southeast, mate.
Get it right, bro.
Where there's historically told that in any game that finishes 6-2. That, for all we know, that could have been 4 safety match. Such is the way of Uniball.
Imagine. If there's any Mariners or Emperors watching, keep us informed because if that's a full safety match, then both your teams should be fucking relegated.
It's definitely not.
Div 3.
It's definitely not.
It's definitely not.
There was a touchdown.
They were all high snaps on punts.
Awful. So as far as I'm concerned, there's not too many. Like there's some surprising results that I feel like sort of went the way of what we were expecting in the sense of Swansea and Plymouth. I picked Plymouth, so I do apologise to Swansea, but Swansea proving that they're still pretty good side, even though they're beating up Div 2 teams now, 20-0 to the Titans. But then Aberystwyth with 60-0, giving the Worcester Royals a very, very fun day out. Very surprising from Aberystwyth. They are.
We need a definition of what a fun day out is. At what scoreline does it become a fun day out? When does it go from being a day out?
I think I would personally say
51. Anything over 50.
yes. I completely agree with Dylan. I think it's anything over a 50 burger is a fun day out.
Is that the new 50 burger? It's now called Fun Day Out because I think that's the Uniball
Yes.
burger.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, I was lucky enough to go down to Bullets versus Lions, and Bullets are pretty good. I mean, like in the first like 5 minutes I was there was a couple of touchdowns. You know who doesn't get the respect he deserves? The Huey Bullets kicker, because he had to kick that bloody ball so many times, and he was blasting it. But there was so many points in which, like the Bullets got to like a fourth down a few times. Not only did they convert it,
Has the punt come
touchdown.
out yet?
Oh, good question. That's a
Yes.
question for Frank. We'll ask. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
What is
I believe, what is it?
estimates now? UE point differential by the end of the year, and do they concede a point?
No,
Yeah, I think they concede a point.
not in the regular season.
You reckon? In the regular season, 8 games, do they concede a point to any team?
No, I think return fixture at SGS will at least put 3. At least 3.
At least
I
3.
think.
What was in 3 points or 3?
No, but you look at the one last year. They scored some points
Very
in the return.
You can't be saying. Are you saying 3 points is in a field goal?
No,
Right,
I'm saying
think,
3 points, but the touchdown wasn't cool enough, so they cut it in half.
I don't think SGS put up 3 touchdowns. I reckon. Oh,
No, not 3 touchdowns. No, literally 3, like a field goal, not 3 touchdowns. I'm not fucking stupid.
what's the point of going for a field goal when you're 48-0 down? Nobody's going to like 48-0 down in the half, get to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, but so you can ruin their perfect season. Not perfect, well, perfect season in terms of different scores.
But, you know
Because they
what?
did it 2 years ago.
So you reckon?
Because here's the thing.
And then a first down field goal from the 30-yard line needs to be the play, and that's how we do it.
Okay, Dylan, but the thing is now is you're just giving me, like, the hypothetical was, will anyone score any points? And now you're giving me, would you kick a field goal on a first down just so you put 3 points on the board? No. It's a lot of hypotheticals here.
No.
So, next week, the Bullets are going to be facing Cardiff. Cardiff are obviously on a 1-game win streak. Gotta love that. Going into the Bullets, what can happen? Oh, the Bullets are coming to them. What can happen?
I think
Who knows?
Cardiff have got the momentum here.
Cardiff have got the momentum. We've never seen the Cardiff with this much momentum. I think it's as simple as that. But we'll obviously get into the picks a bit later. Nothing else last week jumps out at me.
What about
the Notts game was I don't know if you watched it. The Notts game was wild.
I've heard, but again, this is where, like you guys said, you didn't want to apologise to Beckett because you got that wrong. Who is the only person who picked Nottingham? Me.
I'm very
And all of you watching who say that I don't know football, you can fuck off, because that proves I know football.
It was because you fancy Jason Scott, and it was not to do because you thought they were going to win.
No, it's because they fucking played at home. I told you last week, the fucking last 4 times they've met, the home team has won. It's as simple as that. It's not difficult sometimes. All right?
Clearly is for you this week with that stinker of a prediction.
Oh, mate, it's because I'm sick. I'm sick of people. Oh, you don't know football. I'm winning. 45, 40, 36, 35. I am winning. Not by a lot, especially put it like this. Without this week, I'd be absolutely trouncing a lot of you, but I'm managing to cling on. I'm fairly certain, acting like he knows football when he gets. I don't get the fucking majority of them wrong. I get the majority of them right, you fucking melt. Dylan, what's the most of limbs you've got on Fortnite?
I can't say I've played Fortnite.
You've never played Fortnite?
That was the Wi-Fi for
Dylan, thank you, Kai. I love you really. Is it weird that Dylan looks like Tom Aspinall? You know, like that British UFC guy. He does, doesn't he?
I'm on Google.
Doesn't he look like Tom Aspinall? He
No.
does. I clocked it a little bit.
the same curly hair at the front.
I'll tell you what. So we will get Sam in there in a second. If you looked at some of the Instagram posts from the score posts, you look at Bristol Barracuda. That one, like Southampton beat them again. So I think the entire Southampton squad commented 3 bait emojis. I think it's the entire Southampton squad because there's about 50 of them, and that's a big effort from Southampton. But so to get back onto the main theme of the day, National Welsh University American Football Day. So Swansea won, defeating Plymouth 20-0. Cardiff won, defeating the Portsmouth Destroyers 43-26. And the Aberystwyth Tarannau absolutely demolished the Worcester Royals. And, I spoke to them last week after they beat Gloucestershire 12-6. And I said that I'd get Sam on. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the president of Tarannau Aberystwyth, Sam Kimber.
Right.
And this is it. He's already got sort of the best team in Wales. Last year, you cannot say that Aberystwyth were not the best team in Wales because they were the only one that won a game. So, Sam, how are you doing? How are you celebrating Welsh University American Football Day?
Oh, I've just went to Uniball runs through Wales at the moment.
So, my question is my first question is, your bus journeys must be so long, just on average.
So
like, how do
this year, because we moved divisions, it's not as bad because we've only got 2 away games. But
okay.
When we played in the Northern one, it was horrific. We had to go to like Bradford, UClan, Liverpool. But this Plymouth journey is going to be horrific.
How bad is it? Because it was bad for us last year, like hours-wise.
It will be about 6.
Six for a regular season game. That is absolutely brutal. So tell me, what does an Aberystwyth going to the game bus look like? Are you all sleeping? What's the preparation for the Tarannau?
There's a few boys that like to stick to the back, play a few tunes, but the front of the bus is mainly sleeping. But those buses on the way back are quality. Booze is probably shouldn't say booze is flowing, but the tunes are going. It's just absolutely brilliant. But especially on a good 60-0 a win, there's been a few times where we've been on the same end as that and still having a great time. It's just so moving on to the game obviously against Worcester this week, 60-0. Basically, like just sort of how? Because obviously I was there last week. Aberystwyth, you definitely improved as a side, but then there's improving as a side, and then there's putting 60-0 on someone. Yeah, it was. Shout out to Worcester for the game. It was a great game from start to finish. They put everything into it. We actually scored on the first play of the game.
Solid.
Yeah, which is quite a shock.
What was it?
It was our QB.
Did he run?
Little scramble and.
Yeah, shock.
Whoa.
I'm not giving anything away. So obviously best team in Wales last year. You've now got a bit more competition for it. I imagine what's going to be the showdown for the best team in Wales is probably going to be coming down to Aberystwyth versus Swansea. Cardiff.
I think that's where the division lies, if I'm being honest, because unless the unknown about UE2s, we don't know what they're going to be like, what players are actually playing for them and what are playing for the ones.
Yes.
And we haven't seen them play yet. So at the moment, it's looking like that'll be, if both us and Swansea keep going the way we are, that'll be the division right there.
So is there going to be any sort of big game, Phil? Are you going to try and stress this best team in Wales thing to Aberystwyth? Because I mean, it is good. I mean, I like it. I mean, Bangor ain't doing fuck all. Sorry, Jamie.
No,
but they're not.
Not to pay any disrespect on them, but they are absolutely terrible.
But it has it sort of gone now from being like a fun, even though it is a funny thing, has it gone from being a funny thing to having a sort of level of pride for being the best team in Wales?
Well, if the plans of happy birthday! If the plans go ahead and we do get promotion and Cardiff go down, I guess we'll really see next year, won't we?
it's gonna basically we're all setting it up for like Aberystwyth to just like fully take it all the way. Because to be fair, I don't know how big the University of Aberystwyth is because it's just sort of in. No, it doesn't look like. Because I tell you what, like just going to Aberystwyth, all we saw was a train track, a steam train, and nothing else. That was it.
That's about it.
That's it. I tell you what though, shout out to the Gloucestershire bus driver for not writing it off the side of a mountain because I thought that was going to happen this year. But is there anything else in the Southwest too that you're looking at with any sort of interest? Obviously, Swansea coming out their first game of the season, 20-0.
But is that because we drew with Plymouth last year? Great game. Probably
2-2. The record of champions.
Probably threw it away a bit towards the end. Hold our hands up. Probably should have won the game. But I think Plymouth have got better, or Swansea just nowhere near as good as they used to be.
It's more so one of those things where if you look at the media material for the Titans, massive. I'll tell you what, we've got a lovely comment here, Sam. Oh, you might want to fight back for this. We've got who cares about some fake game in Wales playing Div 2? What's an Aberystwyth?
My guys
sounds like something Jamie would write.
My guys made a YouTube account to post that.
Yeah. Go on, Sam. Let him have it.
What's that little like? Nah, he's talking about.
It's probably some knobhead from Gloucestershire, or I would say Worcester, but I've got to go down on Worcester at the weekend. I don't want them to go at me.
Some banger player.
Probably is a bang. Imagine. Okay, so this is a hypothetical that I think we might ask everyone. So, banger versus UWS Pyros. Who wins?
Pyros, I reckon.
So what are you basing that? What are you basing that on?
What, Jamie, what were you basing it off of last week? You were talking nonsense last week.
Well, dogs are dogs.
Where?
You just wait until they bring out the name change because it will happen at some point this year when I push it enough.
What, the mud puppies?
The mud dogs.
You're going for it, mate. Who have they got this week? They got someone this week, and they're going to get battered again.
They only got bad because of a.
They're facing UClan. They're going to have a fun day out.
Well, yes, they are going to get their ass tickled, like, but.
I'm surprised.
However, it is at home at the pitch, which is closest to the University of Central Lancashire than Bangor.
Oh yeah, I forget they play in Liverpool.
It's like considerably closer to Lancashire.
I feel proper,
what are you saying, Sam?
I feel proper bad because he keeps on talking and no one can hear him. And Dylan keeps on talking.
Yeah.
The rude bastard.
This is because his birthday can go over. We actually played Bangor at their mixed varsity, and it was the worst pitch I've ever been. It's literally like
how bad is it? Give me out of 10.
Have you played a basketball, Tebbs?
Oh, I certainly have, my friend.
Yeah, 10 times worse.
How could it be 10 times worse when Bath's pitch sits on an angle a bit like this?
Because you put your foot down and your foot would go sink 2 feet into the ground when you try to run.
Fair enough. I mean, I say this, but to be fair, Aberystwyth's pitch is very nice, and it looks very pristine. It looks like it'd be great for a film. But I tell you what, ruin my shoes. Big mistake.
The bland monster will get you for running. If you're through 1-on-1, that pitch will take you down.
I'll put it this: when I saw that pitch, I was like, I can understand why Aberystwyth drew twice last year. But then I don't know if you were home or away for any of your draws, but yeah. So obviously with Aberystwyth, it's very much in the same vein as everyone else in the Southwest team, maybe apart from 2 teams who I won't mention. But that is promotion playoffs. Is that the goal? Obviously 2-2-2. 2-2-2 is a very interesting sort of realm to live in.
Yeah.
But like, what would you say has improved to get to that level where you've started the season 2-2, you're 1 win away from being better than last year? So what do you think's improved for Aberystwyth as a whole?
I think it's just the team we've got at the moment. We've had from last year, the last 2 years, we've had the same team essentially, and I think it's just gelling, working together, sorting out how we want to play football, because easily last year when we went the 2 draws, the one against UE. If UE had a kicker, we'd have lost 12-0. And then the Plymouth game was that was a great contest. There wasn't really either side could have won it. If there was overtime, who knows what happened? But we go to
Did the Plymouth D line ever make car noises at you?
I can't say they did. I'll play on D. So
Okay, they did to me. You got D end going brum, 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 brum. It's like, please stop. You put me off.
But
Almost like one man and his dog.
I think it's just going as a team and knowing how we want to play and just improving. Bit of recruitment, but as just within the middle of West Wales, it's quite difficult to get anyone to come play for us.
How good did it feel to beat Gloucestershire after going out on Friday?
It felt amazing. It is absolutely brilliant. Normally, last year, there'd be a drinking ban in place, but I think it was one of the boys' birthday or something, and we just went for a cheeky rum bar. And then the night ended up going to a different place. And I can't
going to peer pressure is what you mean.
The only club in Aberystwyth. Actually, no, there is more than one now. I can confirm actually. But
oh my god,
I know, groundbreaking.
I'll tell you what, peer pressure is like I feel like that's a bit of a strange name for a nightclub. Obviously, you know, Aberystwyth, you do you, but like I feel like there's a few unis out there. There was a club called Peer Pressure. You'd be like, don't go to Peer Pressure, but it's a good one. Like SJ's looking, he doesn't like it. You don't like that, do you? You wouldn't have UCL going to Peer Pressure, would you?
Scala nights, mate. That's where they will go. Scala, big club.
Scala.
Dylan, does your dad have any
I've been there.
memories of Peer Pressure?
I believe they had an American bar called Harley's back then. I'm not sure what the pub is called.
Still there.
Harley's is still there.
Yeah, Harley's is still here.
That's going back somewhere. I know. I think when they started the team, they spelt Tarannau wrong, which remains spelt wrong to this day.
Yeah, it is wrong.
That's part of the registration.
Okay, Sam. Okay, Sam. Let's get the big question out of the way, right? Because this was a big bone of contention last year, as we've discussed. Does Tarannau go first or does it go second?
I'd say it goes first. I'm a big fan first.
See, it's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. There's no beef here. Just put it first.
Yeah.
Just put it first. It's simple as that. Just like that, we've solved any crises between, Sport Tank and Aberystwyth. We hope.
Yeah,
but, I mean, I've got
wins in a match between News and Harriet Watt.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good question.
Tarannau means what? Guys, I'll leave it.
I think we win. I got about the boys.
Wait, what? I was saying what Tarannau means.
Oh, sorry. It's like
No. Jamie asked, who wins? Harriet Watt, Aberystwyth. Do you know who doesn't win? Dylan's dad.
Aberystwyth obviously win. Well, it depends. We've got quite a long journey to go for one game.
No, you meet in the middle. It's not like home team. You meet
in the middle.
Aberystwyth win all day.
Oh, we meet at Hull and hope the pitch isn't double booked and then.
I mean, so Marvin asked, what does Tarannau mean? I'll let one of the Welshmen go for it.
Alex, I forgot he's got a barcode strip. I don't know why I'm getting. Tarannau means thunder.
Yeah.
There's one N in actual.
Yeah, it's 2 R's, 1 N. I think.
I think it's 1 R, 1 N, isn't it?
No, I thought 2.
I swear, this is a mad. You guys should be prepared. This is Welsh University American Football Day for crying out loud. Jeez Louise! It's like this is going to be the new football holiday. It's like Titans Day, National Titans Day, National Welsh University American Football Day, 13th of November. Huh?
There's plenty of barbers in Aber for Dylan who wants to transfer.
Dylan, you could transfer. Me and you could have fun Southwest times in Div 2. Come back down.
The funniest part of this is that we actually do have. We've got a bar sponsor this year, so I'm hoping we don't see this, but we've actually got a hairdressers in Edinburgh.
I tell you what, Dylan. Don't say you got a barber sponsorship for that trim, because
there
no
it
one will
is.
go.
I'll bring back the dreadlocks, Tebbs. Let's see those again.
But if anyone, I've exhausted all my questions for Sam. If anyone's got any more, any hypotheticals, anything. Dylan looks deep in thought.
Do you do your play calls in Welsh or English?
English.
Good, because it wouldn't make sense.
One person on the team who can speak Welsh.
Fair enough.
Is Dylan's dad like a legend?
Only
A legend of Aberystwyth?
only since the start of the sport tank.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and a question, but for Dylan, can we get your dad on the show? It's National Welsh American Football Day.
After today, no. I don't see that going
What do you
well.
mean after today?
In the
Just start
slightest.
beating everyone in the comments.
Yeah, I don't think that's in the comments.
Don't talk about my son like that.
My son has a very nice haircut. I'll have you know.
But no, I've got no more questions for Sam. Sam, if you've got anything you want to plug, whether it's this Instagram or the socials of Aberystwyth, feel free to give them a plug. Or if there's any upcoming games, try and get people. I don't know what our viewership's like in North Wales, but you can certainly try.
One man and his two dogs.
Well, yeah, it's about one man. It's 2 dogs in West Wales. We're playing. If anyone wants to come down, but sadly we're playing Swansea at home because we wanted to beat them in the backyard, but and prove that we really are the best team in Wales. But sadly, they can't find a pitch for love or money. But
You don't want to get
also,
sponsored.
Tarannau Aberystwyth.
When is it?
It is the 3rd of December.
Oh,
So we'll go into the Christmas break, learn who the best team in Wales is. And happy birthday, Dylan. Please sort your trim out.
It's not my birthday.
and with that, Sam, thank you for coming on. Thank you for giving us a little bit of insight for a team that potentially people might not know about, because it is sort of, there's no service stations on the way to Aberystwyth. No wonder you beat teams at home. Like there's no. I was stressed out. I couldn't have my 5 Whoppers as my pre-game meal like I normally do.
You really look like SJ's little brother.
Stop trying to pass the blame on.
I've been sat here just like looking because you're next to each other now.
Stop trying to pass on the beef. Stop trying to pass on the hate.
What do you mean? I'll go back to sitting here, just firming the trim beef.
I love the way that it's. You look like SJ's little brother. Why? Oh, their hair's sort of similar.
How about Dylan
That's
talks
it.
when he wins the game? Then he can talk.
That's not happening.
Hey, there it is.
Not here. Best team in Edinburgh.
Not even second best team in Edinburgh.
Brucey coming in, but thank you very much, Sam. We'll try to get Aberystwyth on later on in the season, obviously if you keep going. But congratulations on your 2 victories and your spectacular win against Worcester, and obviously roll on Swansea versus Aberystwyth, best team in Wales showdown. We'll catch you in a bit.
Thank you very much for having me on. Good luck.
No, not a problem at all, Sam. That's it. Huh?
Good luck with Gloucester's rest of the season. Hopefully, somehow see you in the playoffs.
Well, here's the thing, Sam. I might not be playing for Gloucester. I might be playing for someone else. So, but we'll go for
then.
Well, I would tell you, but I'm applying for the University of Swansea, so can't let. The only reason can't let Sam Kimber beat me. I'm going to Swansea instead. But but again, I will let you go. Tebbs on Sharks confirmed. Grub. Right, we're going to move on to doing our previews and picks. Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you very much.
I'm not coming a hole. Right, Sam. So, moving on to the pick.
This weekend.
Huh?
I feel like we've not really talked about this weekend. I feel like we've missed a lot.
Okay, we can go back. Well, I've not done I didn't do the rundown of the scores. More than happy to. We got time.
UCLan's triumphant return is. Oof.
My what?
UCLan's triumphant return to football.
Yeah, shit, we haven't actually covered.
They were a solid team last year.
Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, we'll do this. Okay. In the Premiership, you've got the Portsmouth Destroyers losing to the Cardiff Cobras 43-26. The Bullets beating the Lions 82-0. The Nottingham Gold beating Leeds Beckett 30-20. Durham Saints beating Loughborough 10-6. In Div 1, you've got the Glasgow Uni Tigers beating the Edinburgh Napier Knights 14-8. Sterling Klansmen beating the Heriot Wolverines 38-14. Manchester Tyrants beat the Leeds Griffins 16-14. Hull Sharks picking up their first win of the season 8-6 against Liverpool. Warwick Wolves shut out the Sheffield Hallam Warriors 28-0. The Southampton Stags slide another one across the Bristol Barracuda 13-12. The Exeter Demons 48. The Bath Killer Bees 9. Royal Holloway and the Oxford Lancers finishes in a 14-14 finish. Reading Knights shock everyone, beating the Hertfordshire Hurricanes 20-8. The UEA Pirates 16 over. The Essex Blades KCL fall to the Kent Falcons 25-14 in Division 2. The Lancaster Bombers beat the Staffordshire Stallions 36-0. Keele versus UCLan, the returning UCLan, as UCLan beat Keele 35-0. York Centurions 15, Bradford Bears 14. York St John Jaguars 0, Sheffield Sabres 34, ARU Siege 7, Nottingham Green 21. Swansea Titans 20, Plymouth Blitz 20. Worcester Royals score nothing. Aberystwyth score 60. Chichester 16. Oxford Brooks 6. Greenwich Mariners 6. UCL 2. Nice and quick.
That's good.
That's how you get it done.
That's very good.
I was happy with that.
Very good.
That's the most cardio I've had in ages. So Jamie is right. So let's dive back into Div 2. Obviously, UCLan have come back facing Keele 35-0. It seems to be that I don't think that UCLan's going to get a big test for a while. Again, Keele historically have not been a good side. UCLan this week are going to be facing Bangor. There needs to be a team. The next team they face needs to be a big, strong one just to prove that they are for real. Because it's not looking. I don't believe it until they beat someone good. Because everyone saw Sheffield versus Northumbria. We thought that Sheffield probably were going to have that. Northumbria coming in and sweeping one of the tougher games. But that's my view on UCLan anyway. Sorry?
Have you seen Northumbria's QB? I was mistaken. I thought it was someone else. They've got this American high school kid, and he's absolutely mental.
He'll be at UE next
Up
year.
Northumbria.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that's all you need, American QBs. Dylan, put on an American accent right now.
No. I thought about doing it. I'm glad I've not got too much slander score-wise. I think UCLan were a good team last year, and we ignored that. They don't play Staffordshire till 28th of January, and then they play Lancaster the 11th of February. But
can again, the game is going to be like the Lancashire derby, surely, because Staffordshire falling 36-0 to the Bombers, doesn't represent to me.
That'll be Super Bowl Sunday. That could be the division decider.
I imagine that it will be. Joey coming in. UCL Greenwich was a TD for Greenwich in the fourth quarter and a late intentional safety to have better field position for a punt before UCL's last drive. Dylan's looking confused.
What? Better field position for a punt when you are 8-0 up. And then you put them within a touchdown and a field goal to win it on the last drive. I can't be the only one who thinks that's stupid, right? Yeah. So worst comes to worst, you're getting a draw, instead of which you go 10, 15 yards upfield and give them a punt to go and win the game.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Div 2. But Jamie's happy. That put Jamie in the win column, so that's all that matters to him. Again, to be fair, like Nottingham Green coming back 21-7 over the Siege, obviously looks a bit shaky comparatively to Derby putting 33-3 on the ARU Siege. But then again, it could be just Siege learning as they go. You know, we can't say it until there's a mix of this Nottingham, Derby, Lincoln sort of triumvirate. We're not really going to know what the Midlands 2 and how it's going to shape up. You know, not for me. You know, the Southwest sort of going the way that everyone thought it would, apart from me, because I thought the Blitz would win. But I'm not surprised the Titans did. And Aberystwyth beating Royals, I saw that come in. But it's going to be interesting to see what does this mean for Gloucestershire versus Worcester this week. Who knows? Jamie, do you want to talk about any others?
I'm looking at these comments. I'm just like, why not just punt it anyway? Why take the safety? Why not just
That's what I mean. They have to get a 2-point conversion. There's no way 20 yards is worth a chance to lose a game. I'm not having that.
This is where Michael jump on you, mate.
I do.
Michael jump on you.
Is like, but I just don't understand why you wouldn't just punt it anyway.
Unless we're talking a situation here where this kid has run around his own end zone for 20 seconds and then eventually taken the safety. I don't see another situation in which this makes sense, but I might be wrong.
Unless they're just like, we wanted to punt it then because it would have been less likely for them to return the punt for a touchdown or something. I don't know. That's a strange call for me.
Okay, has anyone got any other games from last week that they'd like to discuss? Because for me, I feel like the big games, I mean, like Southampton sweeping Bristol, I think that's good, but obviously a 12-13 doesn't show a lot, just shows, if anything else, Bristol going forth. Here we go.
Have you seen the Bafra Newsflash?
Ooh, what a very, very good
thing.
That got appealed and turned over. Thank you.
Yeah. And then there was in the Durham State's Loughborough game, with 1 minute 52 remaining in the second quarter, Leeds scored a touchdown. With a number of players in a pile on the ground, number 53 sat up and, despite a warning from the head HL, repeatedly struck a prone player in the head.
Fantastic. There's classics. Just going to have a quick look. There
is a mention of the
down box was snapped versus the Bullets. Oh, here we go. I've got one, guys. I've got one. Hold on a second. Here we go. The Kent Falcons versus the UEA Pirates on the 26th of November. Field has multiple sports markings with American football markings in various colours. Changing rooms were not large enough for the whole crew, but 2 were provided. Lockable private shower. With 8:29 remaining in the third quarter, the floodlights failed and it was too dark to resume without them. Play resumed following a 73-minute delay while an electrician fixed the issue. Very nice. Very nice.
There's also one a little bit.
Oh, I see one. I see one. No. Sorry, I'm going to do this. Oxford Lancers versus the Hertfordshire Hurricanes. The line limits were marked with timber posts and rope. However, this will set a constant distance from the sideline and the end line. As a result, this meant there was very limited space for the team areas, and there were a couple of occasions where the chain crew were knocked over because the players behind them prevented them from backing away from the sideline. With 5:05 remaining in the fourth quarter, a spectator had to be removed from the area around the field as he was causing disruption to the game. There was a 10-minute suspension to deal with this.
Shocking scenes.
Shocking scenes. The man and his dog.
It was difficult to watch. Yeah, the post stuff, lovely. Pitch looks great. But fuck me, there's 0 room. Like, we're being told to back up, and we're like, we can't back up anymore. So,
but as far as I'm concerned, those are the only 2. You know, the 2 good ones from last week. Discuss the downfalls of the Wolverines. No more Wolverines nonsense, because we're moving on to this week. We've got some good old games this week. One of them jumps out at me the most. In the Prem, there's not too much going on, I won't lie. It's Newcastle versus Leeds and Bullets versus Cobras. Pretty simple, right? We don't really have to talk about those games as far as I'm concerned. The big one for me here, I'm sure some of you will agree, is NTU versus Warwick. I don't have a clue. Not a clue. Warwick have obviously, after last week's victory, not a clue.
I reckon Warwick keep.
I reckon Warwick.
Momentum.
We'll get into it, but just having a bit of a discussion. Obviously, as Loughborough have left the division, I've said it was NTUs, but obviously Warwick have. I mean, someone said to me out from Warwick that I'm talking out my arse, so could be true. Who knows? So the Sport Tank live streamed game of this week is going to be Reading versus Oxford, which, you know, seeing as how Reading beat Hertfordshire last week, that game adds a bit more intrigue. And Lancers, I tell you what, I was obviously at Lancers versus Holloway yesterday. Their QB, Joel Chester's, mad. He was escaping left, right, and centre. It was absolute madness. But I will say, Oxford, lots of flags. I think if Oxford get those flags under control, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. But
They had a
got
lot
to shout out
against us as well.
14.
They had a lot against us as well,
Yeah.
to be fair. So
And they seem to be for quite silly things. There was a running back coming forward to the line. There was multiple unsportsmanlike conducts, basically just for talking bollocks at the referee. There was nothing. There was no nothing too bad in terms of hits, but twice talking nonsense to the referee got him 30 yards. But with 2 seconds left, Oxford scored with 9 seconds left, Oxford scored their touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie the game. Though I did say, I've told this to the guys, a player in Oxford, as he was walking away from the handshakes, said, like, this is why you don't pick against fucking Oxford. And it's like, it's a draw. You know, I can't understand the logic. Like if they'd won the game on like a play like that, then definitely come and have a go at me. But you drew the game. That's not something to celebrate. Don't get me wrong, it's not something to be upset about, but it's not something to...
I'd rather lose than draw.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
All you've done there is make things complicated.
I'd honestly rather lose an absolute barnstormer of a game than draw 8-8.
We on commentary, me and Ben Harris, who joined me, were saying historically these two teams don't score a lot against each other, and it was true. There you go. LJMU versus MMU could be an interesting one. Could be interesting when we get to the picks in just a few minutes. But another big one, the Bournemouth Uni Bobcats will be making their season debut against Bristol.
I'm limbering myself. You mentioned MMU, so I feel like we need to go in rather than me just calling them.
Yep.
I'm interested to know your three's opinions on this. Right. So
Sure.
MMU playing, first off, the whole division is a farce, right? No one's sharing film with anyone. They're all too scared to do anything. MMU and Sharks played each other, and the Sharks forgot to take their pole to film the game. MMU recorded it. Bear in mind, both teams played in that game. MMU just refused to send them the film, and it's like, why? Like, I get why you wouldn't share it with other teams, but just why wouldn't you share it with the team that's you've played against? You've both played in it. Like, come on, let's not be knobheads here. So there's that. But then it's then transpired that there's some pitch issues with the Sharks. That seems to happen every year with the Sports Centre or whatever. And MMU are just, they've been offered 5 different dates to play.
that's a lot of dates.
5 dates to play. They didn't, and they've just refused every single one of them to be awkward. It's not like we can't do it, it's obvious. At what point does it just become obvious that they're just playing the system to try and get a walkover win? And at what point does that then need talking about? Because I think that's ratty as anything.
It's difficult to say because, you think that the one thing that should happen is that all of this should be sorted, in the pre-season. But sometimes, obviously, things happen. But I don't know. I don't know MMU's side of the story. But 5 dates is a lot. Obviously, Mike, who was with me yesterday, share his keyword. Team want to exchange film, but don't have any to exchange. But again, it's if Hull want the film of Hull versus MMU.
Yeah.
I personally feel like there's no.
I get if they turn around and say, well, we want film from your next game. And they said, no, you've got nothing to give us. That's fine. I get that completely. But when the 2 teams in it are the team that filmed it and the other team that you're playing against, why wouldn't you just give it to them? And then if something happened when in the reverse fixture with MMU's camera, now Hull are just going to turn around and go, no, get fucked.
To be fair,
here's
got you again on a reasonably historical day. I'm looking at Sportsnet website because it's a tough day for Hull because what it says here is that you're playing Manchester in Manchester and then MMU at home.
Yeah, because it's all been changed. It's all been changed, and I don't know enough detail.
So hold on a second, Dylan. You're on a Sport Tank broadcast here, so stop slagging off the website.
I'm presuming this isn't the website issue. I'm guessing this is what it says on BUCS.
No, it's one of those games is happening. Probably, I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Bruce, you saying that they did get the film eventually?
Nice.
Yeah, about 4 weeks.
Oh, okay. But here's the thing, like it's difficult. Like 5 dates. Okay, I don't know what's happening in MMU. You know, obviously Connor was on the show last year. I trust him.
But for me, it's one of those where it's kind of like, well, I checked on how many dates before this stream, like today, and they were like, it was 5. But for me, it's kind of like, we're all uni students. Why would you want to just be awkward? Like,
I mean,
just play the game.
To be fair, the way regs work, MMU should actually be offering 3 dates they can do as well. That's the way it works. It's not rocket science. So to me, it just sounds like there's an absolutely shit IA at MMU more than anything.
Do you believe that teams actually do this? Because like, I understand sort of with the BUCS thing, but especially Div 1 and 2, I know everyone in our team just wants to play games. Like, and I feel like that's reasonably true for most teams in the country.
It's an interesting point. It's an interesting point, Dylan. Like I've definitely dealt with it in my time in Uniball, where there's been, you know, the team that I play for has, you know, they've been happy about the possibility of a walkover. For me personally, it's I pay to play football. I don't pay to joke around. Oh, I get one in the win column. So Kai saying they sent us a film after messaging them. They sent us the film after messaging them asking for ages, but cut loads of plays out, including plays where their players clearly fouled us and didn't get fouled. You got to respect it. They're not backing down.
I mean,
that return fixture. Get Connor on the horn.
No, I was going to say, for like the thing you have to sort of really respect with like EWS as well. They would turn up to games.
Fuck off! Why do you keep talking about them? They're not around.
No, they're not around. In terms of like actually just wanting to play the sport, they have.
Oh fuck me! I tell you what. I tell you what. The Miami Dolphins would definitely beat the fucking Houston Oilers. You know, if Houston Oilers next week, if the Dolphins have the Oilers, they'll beat them.
There we go.
Sorry, no, I'll let you get back on your point. UWS wanted to play their game.
That's what I mean, though. It's like teams want to play, players want to play. You don't go to uni to try and get like walkover wins. No one's playing the sport because they can look back on this record in 10 years' time. They're playing the sport because it's fun.
Sunderland.
Yeah, I don't understand that one with the protest. Because say, I feel there have all been kids in a senior year who probably didn't want to do that, and then haven't played the game as some form of protest against the system. And it's like, I really don't. Uni students aren't that fussed in the long term about what's going to happen. Like, obviously, you want to win. We all want to win. But at the same time, I'd rather go and get smacked somewhere than not play a game. By a long way.
I think people have different mentalities of it, though. That's the problem. Like, some people are like, if they can get a win by hook or crook, they'll take it.
Well,
Div 1 South, a mess now. Who gets relegated? Honestly, JM, I haven't got a fucking clue, so I'm not even going to attempt to answer that because I don't know. You know, I said this on the commentary on Sunday. You know, like, and I think that's fair because they were 2-0. They're now 0-2-1. I mean, it's looking like it's going in Holloway's direction, but Holloway have improved every week. But then,
you know,
now
JM
Reading
right?
have beaten Hertfordshire. Huh?
You know who that is, right?
Oh fuck yeah, I do know who that is. Bollocks. You got all right, JM. you tell me, like you tell me, like obviously, like it's if we're looking at it now, it's Holloway, especially now that Reading have picked up a win against Hertfordshire, right? That's what it's looking like. And Oxford beating Brunel, like unless Holloway come out and beat Brunel and return, like just basically, like if you're Holloway, you've just got to put everything towards smashing Reading and hope that Reading don't win the return against Hearts.
What about this weekend if they beat Hertfordshire? What happens then?
Then it just proves the Div 1 South is fucked and no one should ever call games.
Would you say that wherever Brunel goes, like the league just becomes fucked?
Yes. You look at Essex though. Like I'm so happy that Kent Falcons are just fucking dominating because it makes South Est a bit easier to look at. Just Kent Falcons. That's all that matters, right? So Brunel, masters of chaos. So with that, we're going to get into our picks for week 5, starting with the 2 games happening in the Premiership. Fairly easy ones, I think, here, lads. It's Leeds Beckett versus Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Two fun days out.
Yeah.
Carnegie.
Do you think it's going to be a fun day out?
No,
It could be.
I think it could be a fun day out.
I don't even think it'll be fun.
It'll just be a day out.
No?
Yeah, it'll just be
It's a day out.
it'll just be a demoralising, really boring day out for Newcastle.
Okay, so moving on to maybe the funnest day out of all time, the team that created the fun day out versus the team that took it. It's the Cardiff Cobras versus the UWE Bullets.
It is in Cardiff.
It is in Cardiff.
Do you think Cardiff try and make it the funnest of all days out?
Right. So
they've got. Here's the thing, though,
They have the
because like
opportunity to do the
because of
funnest thing ever.
with the points differentials, right? As long as you win the games, it doesn't matter. And like that win against Portsmouth very well may save them from relegation, right? So they've got the opportunity to have a very, very fun day out. Maybe the funnest.
with the UWE games, rather than it being a prediction, because we all know who we're going for, can we change the stakes on this and do us like a by how many for this one? Because it just makes the prediction boring, and I feel like that would really.
I will write them down, but I may not put them in. I will think about it.
Double points for the league table, though.
Fine.
I'm
Okay. Then starting with Jamie, UE by
94.
oh,
94. SJ
I'm going 88.
88. Dylan
I'm going to go 80. 10 touchdowns.
80. Well,
You think they converted all
shocking
10?
Yes.
I've seen
How many did they beat Birmingham by? 82.
Yeah.
2.
75.
Thing is,
Bad
right,
on
what they
Cardiff.
seem to have done, I don't know if it's partly the running clock, I imagine, but I don't know if they're changing in players for the second half because
They changed everyone this game.
Exactly. You're 16-0 up half time, like as they were against Birmingham. I don't see them going full.
How I see it is the first game they came out all passing, the second game they came out all running. I think that they've figured out what they want now. They're going to start just opening it up a bit more and going, right, let's just take the piss now.
If you look at that second half, it's very obvious that they're just trying to get everyone on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Very, very obvious. And it's very funny to watch because the same person sometimes gets targeted constantly.
It's the target of. I still don't get what's in it for the. There's no way that these players are going to be able to use this film to like. What do you do with it? Here's me bossing this kid from Birmingham.
Funny.
I still that's funny.
Funny. Why not get a ring, get some good memories, get some funny highlights.
I also don't think it was talked about. It wasn't advertised anywhere near as much as I thought it was going to be. That KK Brooks is back. Like
You
they
were
didn't
playing
post
DB
that anywhere.
They played DB. He's playing DB as well.
Like that, I didn't notice that until I switched on the first game that he was playing because obviously they advertised all the new players coming in, but there was no like announcement that he was back, and it was like he was probably their best player last year apart from that Hamish McClure.
He's number 6, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the running back.
Yeah, he was playing corner. Go watch the film. They put him at corner.
I just found his high school profile. He graduated in 2016. He was 5'11" and 210 pounds.
What, think he's got taller?
No, this is now a 25-year-old man playing against Cardiff.
Dylan's really on one this week, so that's why I'm going to move on. And I think one that will interest Dylan: Aberdeen versus Edinburgh.
Battle of the Cattle.
Battle of the Cattle.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. So, Jamie, you got
Edinburgh.
Dylan, SJ, anyone?
Edinburgh.
I'm staying away from the Scottish. This
Yep,
is
absolutely.
an interesting one in the future.
Yep.
Because Napier,
Sorry, Dylan, I forgot about that.
Napier and Thingy, close enough.
Oh, it's a plagiarism from Dylan. Ooh.
It was.
Ooh.
I did name drop phrases after saying it. You're all talking.
That's the best.
What's it?
Lies, all bollocks.
Napier was 8-6 up, I think, at the half against Glasgow. The Glasgow-Edinburgh game could have gone really either way. We've not had the strongest start, but then I think Stirling were 32-0 up at half-time against us, and it ended 38-14, so it's going to be an interesting division. And Aberdeen have had the same group of lads playing. I think they'll be going into their third year now. Like this group of 30-odd players, so...
It's going to be interesting because Aberdeen haven't been around. Well, they've returned, and then they haven't really been around in their second rate too long. But they've improved every year, so it could be.
And it's such a horrendous bus journey up there.
Yeah,
it's freezing cold, and it's especially cold at the moment in Scotland. And it's about 3 hours. You're normally on the bus at 6 odd a.m. It's not fun.
You say that, but we just had Sam on who said that he's got to do a regular season journey of 6 hours. Playoff journey 6 hours I'll do, but a regular season journey for 6 hours you can fuck right off. So moving on to the Northern, it's the LJMU Fury, who are 0-2, versus the MMU Eagles, who are 1-1. Interesting game. Do LJMU get their win?
Yeah,
I think this all very much depends on if Liverpool Raptors want to try and get revenge and take LJMU's quarterback out on a night out the night before a game, like LJMU did to the Raptors this weekend. Whether that's going to happen, I think LJMU finally turn it on. Yeah, to be honest, I think that they are going to grow and they're going to get better. I think Worrell's kicked off at him enough to, from the voice notes he sent me, he sounded either he's going to be depressed or kick him into shape. So now they either need to win now or they're in a bit of a bad way.
SJ, who are you picking?
I will go with MMU.
Perfect.
I'll go with LJMU.
I'm going to go with LJMU. Yeah, I think LJMU personally.
I think that whole win puts MMU in a interesting spot towards the end of the season. Obviously, I know Connor will give me some grief over that, but that's going to be an interesting. Are there two getting relegated guaranteed, or is it maybe one, maybe two?
I think it's 2 guaranteed, maybe 3. But I think that 3 thing's been squashed now. If there's any Sharks fans in the chat, I'm sure they'll be able to clarify, especially if it's Kai or someone. I think it's 2.
That's disgusting.
That's an interesting.
Absolutely disgusting.
It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. Like, we're not going to go into it now, but it doesn't make sense to me as to why they need to take 2 down, even if it is 2.
We will talk about it next week. I think that's a good topic for next week. Leicester versus Sheffield Hallam. It's interesting now for Hallam.
I'm going Sheffield. I think they'll come back with a vengeance.
Hallam, yeah.
I'm going Sheffield just for the Leicester compilations talking about how the media don't believe in them.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we're gonna do that game last. So Bath Killer Bees versus Southampton.
Stags.
Southampton.
Dylan?
I'm going Stags.
A full line sweep for the Stags. Bournemouth making their debut against the Barracuda. I think this one might be nice and easy. Sorry, Bristol.
Bournemouth.
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 Dylan's doing his research this week, so he doesn't want to be told that he doesn't know ball 100 times. In the Sport Tank live stream game, Reading versus Oxford. You got to go with Reading if you're me.
Reading. I've realised I've been on nights out the last 2 times you text asking for these predictions.
Yeah, I know you have. That's your own fault.
I'm going with Oxford.
Yeah. And SJ is taking a vow of silence, and he will for this game as well, as it's the Hertfordshire Hurricanes versus the Royal Holloway Bears.
Hearts.
Hertfordshire.
Bears. Essex Blades versus the QMBL Vipers.
QMBL.
Queen Mary.
Based on nothing.
I'm going with the Blades just to spice it up and go somewhere on the other side.
Actually, you know what?
This is
I'm
why-
leaving it. Stop that. I'm going Blades as well.
For fuck's sake, Dylan.
No, and in what is undoubtedly game of the week. So we can have a talk about this if you want. It's the NTU Renegades versus the Warwick Wolves.
Warwick.
Firmly on the Warwick train.
NTU.
Choo-choo.
I've got to go with NTU. I'm not going to learn my lesson. Warwick will get ranked, but I just can't see it. Div 2, there's only one real matchup here that I'd like, and it's the last one, so we're going to get into that. But it's the Cambridge derby between the Pythons and the Siege.
Oh, you know what? I might waste my time and go and watch that.
But who are you picking? So who's going to shout at you? What team?
Hey, are you?
I'm going Siege.
I'll go the Siege just because they're cool.
You're full line in the Siege. Christ, I'm picking Cambridge so we don't fucking embarrass ourselves. The DMU Lions versus the Derby Braves. Derby.
I might go against Derby one week just to see
DMU.
the outroar from them.
Oh my god, I can't believe you've just done that.
DMU's
That's
last
mad.
game, they beat Leicester, who got promoted. Let's see what happens.
Did you just go DMU?
Okay,
Yes.
okay. This game, this is another game where we haven't seen Bath Spa this year.
Oh,
But they're playing the Titans. They're playing Swansea.
Swansea.
Yeah.
Swansea.
Yeah. Okay. Swansea, and we've got the Gloucestershire Gladiators versus the Worcester Royals.
Gloucester. When are the Bulls who's playing?
They had
Next
a
week.
walkover win.
They do.
Who are Gloucester playing again? And wait, it's coming across the
Worcester.
street. What are their last name?
The Royals.
Royals.
Oh, we'll go Gloucester.
So north.
Gloss, and then we've got the Solent Redhawks versus the Sussex Saxons.
Redhawks.
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 Yeah. Okay. Then we've got the Kingston Cougars versus the Greenwich Mariners.
Cougars. Just because I can't let them think that I actually know who they are.
Yeah, Cougars.
Jamie, SJ.
I said Cougars.
What did you say, SJ?
Cougars.
Oh, full line for the Cougars. Interesting. Imperial versus Canterbury. Pretty easy, that one, I think.
Imperial.
You know what? It'll be the Cougars, and it'll be the result of punting the ball back after an intentional safety. That's what's going to happen on Sunday.
Imperial.
Okay, and in another one, which I don't think is going to take too much explanation, UClan versus Banger.
Are we firming it, lads? Do we do it?
I'm not picking Banger. Are you fucking joking? This game. So a game I will pick Banger for, but it's not going to be fucking this one.
That's fair enough. I'm going to go UClan and Matthew Kellum to get ejected for headbutting someone.
The Sunderland Spartans versus York St John. Interesting game.
They're both shit. Sunderland.
Yeah.
Was the other one Sunderland or
YSJ?
York St John.
fuck me?
It's one of them ones, isn't it?
Sunderland.
Sunderland, and in what I think is probably going to be the Div 2 game of the week, it's the York Centurions versus the Sheffield Sabres.
Centurions. I'm on the Centurions hype.
Sheffield.
I see quite a lot of it because there's some Alpha's coaches there, and you see like coaching there, and they're looking quite good. They're not looking. I don't think that they'll go far in the playoffs or anything, but they'll do reasonably well in the division.
And SJ, give me one so we can sign this off.
Fuck knows.
You got to pick one.
I don't want to.
I know you're tired, but just pick Sheffield or York, for God's sake.
Sheffield.
Oh, beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings an end to our stream on Welsh University American Football Day. Thank you to Sam Kimber for coming on. Thank you for these three gentlemen for coming on. If your team loses, if your team wins and we picked you to lose, I'm sure you'll tell us about it. But no more apologies this year. We're just gonna be picking. That's what it is. No more. We're gonna be 100%. These are all 100%. Even though the ones we've picked against, they're 100%. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are playing this weekend, stay safe, stay healthy, but have a good game, and we will see you here. I think we're going to go for 6:30 every week now, just so we can accommodate everyone. But we will see you this time, or 6:30 next week. So thank you very much, and